What up? I'm not sure how loud that fucking bus is that's going past. How are you? I'm doing well, thank you for asking. A little bit different, a little bit of an impromptu stream. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna put the story up and get people in. I have not done an actual stream on a weekday in a very long time. This one's gonna get copyrighted because I don't really want to sit here for like an hour or two in silence. So I've got a FIFA soundtrack on that is 100% going to get copyrighted within the first 15 seconds of this video. However, we're not here for the monetization. We are here to find every player in college that is an international player. Right, let me put the story up. I'm finding all of them. That's the plan anyway. That is the plan. Boo, you say that, but you're lucky we're not reviewing some of the tape from yesterday's game. Right, P1. Because this is going to take a while. Like, I'm not going to do all of this in a day. That would be quite an impossible task. Well, it wouldn't be impossible. It would take the whole day. I don't have the whole day. But we are going to be doing it. We're going to be doing it. At least for a little while. I have my old list that was from back in the day. I reckon this was around 2023 or 2024. I think I made this. And you can kind of tell because it's a little bit old. So this was, as far as I'm aware now, this is filtered out. So this is all the guys that were playing college football that were not Americans through 2023 or 2024, I can't quite remember. But it's an old list, and you can tell it's kind of old because you got someone like Hassan Dosso, who's now in the EFA. You got, there's many of them. You got Mang, who is now in the CFL. Martin Klein, who obviously just got drafted to the Texans. A lot of instances, and a lot of them are punters. A lot of them are punters. I don't think I'll be doing every international that's like an Aussie punter. Otherwise, I'll be here all day. Because like this is just the Aussie punters. Plus Finn Appleby. And I don't really want to be here for that. Because that would take forever to do. I don't like that song. So, we'll probably do every African, European, and the Australians, but just maybe not the punters. Maybe not the punters. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Because the 29-year-old punters that are from Australia are very common at the moment. But this is, like I'm saying, a little bit of an older one. I think we need to redo this. I will just be making a new sheet. I've just nearly deleted the fucking sheet. Making a new sheet. We're going to copy and paste everything from this one. Just to keep a similar format. It won't be the same format, but it'll be pretty similar. And we'll just see what we can find. I'm not going to get the state. I don't think that matters. Yes, this is 2023. There we go. So 2023, it says at the top there. Do I need jersey number? Probably yes, just for film reference. I don't need statistical links if I've got a college website. And if I do find any stats, then I can put them in here. And eventually, if I do get around to watching tape on any of these guys, it'll be kind of easy. I won't put previous team either, because that doesn't really matter. Because I just need the... I never know how to... I'm actually terrible at Excel. That's the crazy thing. There we go. I just need position, citizenship, number, team that they're currently at. I'm going to put, yeah, I mean, league will be fine. This is the NCAA. And then their class, height, weight, etc. So we're in a good spot. I just need to delete every player. And we're just going to start by just going by conference. This is the reality of scouting. It is not pretty. I am going to be here for a minute. It is hot in this room. So I won't be here all day. But we're just going to start where we go. Because I've not been here for a while, you know. I have been lackluster with the scoutings, with the scouting materials. I've been so busy, I haven't really been able to do that much in this, and I miss doing it, so I'm going to do a little bit of it today. So we're just going to start fresh. Yeah, we'll just get rid of all this. And here we go. Now this, we're going to go every D1 FBS team. And then we're just going to work through this list. This is FBS. We're going to go Air Force. Do I need to go Air Force? I don't think there'll be very many players. We actually never really know. There could be some dual citizens. And this is literally what we're going to do. I'm going to go roster. And we're going to just go one by one. That's what we got to do. For this one, because then I can actually just see hometown, and we're just going to scan all the way through and see if we can find internationals. That is what we're doing. It may take a while, but this is good research for the future. And this is kind of what you have to do if you're a scout. Because too many teams in Europe rely on like one coach who knows someone who knows someone who knows someone, or they just don't give a fuck, or they hire like an agency, which I never really got, like hiring a single agent to do the whole scouting, which I never really understood, but you'd be surprised, a lot of people do it. Okay, so Akron I think definitely have one, if I'm not mistaken. So here's the big thing. Sometimes it'll say hometown. Sometimes it's just their high school. Sometimes they have high school and previous school. Sometimes they just have hometown. But I'm pretty sure Akron do have one. If I'm not mistaken, a defensive end. But with the transfer portal, it's always been a little bit more difficult to keep track of Europeans. Europeans were using the transfer portal a lot. I swear there was someone. Maybe he committed and then didn't go. But there was definitely a few people that teased Akron. I know some people got offers from Akron, but they're not here. We're just going to move on quickly. And then if one comes up, we can literally just jump through and put them in afterwards. Alabama definitely do. Well, they definitely did. They had a few. Because they had Justin, and they had Olas as well. So they have had a few Europeans. And now we just got to find more. Be interesting to see if there could be a graph of where the best players come from. A lot of them are going to be German. There's going to be a lot of English, British, from the NFL Academy especially. We're going to be seeing a ton of NFL Academy alumni. Like a bunch of NFL Academy alumni. Okay. A lot of them with Alabama, so he's from Quebec. I'm not counting Canadians. A lot have transferred. I know both the ones I just mentioned did, because one went to Maryland and the other went to Kentucky, I want to say. I don't know if I miss anyone, by the way. I'm scanning, I should be good, but I know that there's a few people that, again, will be. I'm going off of location, I'm not looking at name. Very helpful if you had, like, the nationality in there, but of course that would be a bit too easy, wouldn't it? Here we go. We got an Irishman. Here we go. Our first find. Yes, he is, I'm pretty sure. We got Quinn, a person from Belfast, Ireland. Plays kick 190 pounds. So here we go. That's exactly the kind of guy we're looking for. Play for Marshall. An Irish would be interesting. Like, I'm just saying, kicking in Europe has been not great. Irish. Propositions. Kicker. Whoops. It was 90. Was it 90? It was 90. We got the link. We need to make that 2026. Yeah, we got the bangers on today, brother. I'm not gonna have league actually. Because I can't be asked to differentiate between Big Ten and SEC and stuff like that. Alabama. He is currently a sophomore. See, this is how you see how slow I am when it comes to this kind of stuff. He is, what, 6'1", 196. Could be one to remember, you know. Shit. Definitely could be one to remember. If they count Irish for a future London team, whether or not they want to make an Irish team on their own. I've heard rumors of people wanting that. I don't know how much it would work, but if you got a player at Alabama, or what, you know, what do I know? You don't think he has his socials on his thing. Can always look at his NIL opportunities, see if he has his socials on there. No. Alright, so Quinn opens this up. Our first guy, an Irish kicker. I would love to see it. And it's what we find. We find guys that I didn't know of him, you know. And he is probably closer to me than a lot of other people. App State definitely have. Do they have Gideon? I want to say they had Gideon. Unless he transferred. He may have. I'm going to be a little bit laggy sometimes as well because I've got tabs open. I'll keep an eye on Gideon because I feel like he's potentially here. I thought he committed. That was a couple of years ago. My ball knowledge for the youth is not as good as it used to be. Admittedly so. But there's still definitely a few guys I've seen have had offers from App because there are quite a lot of people post about it when they get their offers. There'll be some guys I know for a fact they're at schools. But some of the bigger ones, not necessarily some of the smaller. Is he not here anymore? Damn, he must not be. Or maybe he never was. Arizona. I don't think they have as far as I'm aware of. Because they're playing in... No, it's Arizona State playing in London, right? Am I forgetting that? Terrible at differentiating sometimes. But I've done this once before and this is exactly how I did it then. And it took a couple days. So this might take a while, but it's good to know, you know. It's definitely good to know where the players are at. Especially for the future when it comes to like Hassan Dosso. I already knew who he was. I knew he was going to have an impact in the EFA. With players that have gone to college. And also, he might be at Arkansas State. That's a good point. See, these are the kind of guys I'm not going to include. I'm not going to include punters from Australia. Because then it's just going to become full of punters from Australia. If there's a kicker or a punter from like the UK or Germany, I'll put them in. But like, for example, there's a ton. There's a ton. And Pro Kick have made a lot of them. Pro Kick deserves their credit where credit's due. Pro Kick have made an absolute ton of punters and kickers. But this dude, however, I will put in. Because he's a freshman tight end from Western Australia who is 6'8" and 250 pounds. Which is incredibly impressive. That's a big fucking man. And this is good for like, you know, IPP. This is good for UFL stuff. That's kind of what I'm looking towards. That is the goal with this. It's just, this is effectively scouting for myself. He's also a freshman. That's crazy. But freshman, again, freshman doesn't mean you're still an 18-year-old. Lakeland Tessier. Arizona. Jersey number was 39. Proposition tight end. I'm just going to put Ireland rather than Irish because that'll get annoying to type that every time. Australia. Lachlan Tessier. Because this is the kind of guys that UFL, that IPP are looking for. The 6'8", 250-pound tight end. You know what I'm trying. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Ricardo? This is the kind of guy we're looking for. I say we. I'm not part of the IPP. I'm not part of any of that kind of stuff. I wish I was, but I'm not. Right, we went to 40. We're on 39, so we need to go back up to 39. Right. American Samoa is not going to count because it is still part of the States. Not Texas, California, and Arizona. But last time I did this, I know there was some rogue ones. They got another defensive lineman from Australia. He's been at a lot of schools. Let's get him in. He's 6'6", 382 pounds. That's a big man. 6'6", 382. It's hot as fuck in this room, actually. I mean, to open a window. Where's he at? Is he a redshirt junior? D-tackle. I am assuming D-tackle. 96. There is indeed. It's going to get copyrighted immediately. I just didn't want to do it in silence. I know this one's going to get... I know this one's going to get copyrighted as soon as I put it out. But we're just here for the research. We're not here to make... Did I put a link in? I didn't put a link in. Damn, I didn't put a link in. I was going to break the fucking... There we go. Zach's in. And I think that's all of them from Arizona. Yeah. Yeah. You want 6'6"? Yeah, I got 6'6" in there. Get rid of that. Arizona State. That's who's coming to London. Arizona State's coming to London. Right. We want to list all that. I don't want to look at every player's face. I can't think of any players off the top of my head from Europe that are playing here, but I might be wrong. That's fucking wild. A punter that is 6'7" and 255 pounds. Brother, you are too big. You're too big to be playing punter. Brother, get on the D-line. That's insane. That's why I'm not including punters. That's the only reason I got punters are people too. Except in this list, because they would take up a lot of time. Because I think I did see something, I'm not sure if it's true, of like basically 1 in like 3 or 4 teams basically has an Aussie punter. Right, Arkansas. I'm pretty sure there's someone in Arkansas. And I feel like I'm positive there was someone in Arkansas. At least it might. Maybe I'm thinking of Noah. I know that was years ago now, but maybe I'm assuming because I'm thinking of the jersey. And I'm thinking of him in it. Maybe that's why. Another Aussie punter. Yeah, I must be thinking of too much of Noah. Lagos. Let me read about him. How would he count? Lagos, but he's been in high schools. Let me check. Yeah, I think he's probably not going to count towards any kind of E rules. I don't think he started in Nigeria. From what I can see, it says he played high school in the States, so I'm not going to count David OK. Sorry, David. And then, yeah, maybe, yeah, I'm thinking too much of Noah, I think, with that one. Arkansas State. This is not, nah, see now, this is where my, lack of NCAA knowledge. I was thinking of Arkansas State when I was thinking of Noah. I'm just a moron. My fault. List. I haven't had a hit in a while. It's like sifting for gems. Ireland, here we go. 2 from Ireland now. Interesting. Maybe Ireland's a sleeper, you know? Maybe even I've been sleeping on Ireland too much. 45, plays at Arkansas State. I actually just can't remember how to spell Arkansas State. What year are you at? Redshirt Junior. He might have been on the list before. Maybe he's coming late. He was at Maine. 251. Now we got 2 Irish guys. Which, I'm not gonna lie, I'm surprised. I thought we would have mostly Irish punters. But maybe we'll have a mix of both, you know? Skill position. We're gonna have a lot of trenches. Like, expect a ton of trench guys. Where did he play at? So he played at Maine. Played 10 games at Maine last season. 33 tackles, 4.5 sacks. Nice. Pretty respectable. Okay, rated 10 player out of Canada. Second round linebacker. So he's Irish Canadian? I'm going to keep Ireland on there if he has an Irish passport. That could be a GFL gem. If anyone in the GFL is watching, that could be a fucking piece right there. Am I going to have to do this every time where I go back to the top? If I find the guy and have to put it down to list. Well, it's what, 45 or 35? Congo. I'm gonna check back on him in a second. Ruben Gap's always a bit of a telltale. Let me search him up. If I see Ruben Gap, I always think, you a Euro? I don't think he's a Euro. If you know with Ruben Gap. Yeah, I don't think he's a European. Okay. Because they had like a ton And I mean, more than 60% of their roster was Europeans at one point. So, every time I see Ruben, I have to just check. Okay, where's this Congolese dude? Let's see whereabouts he stuff. It said he came over for high school. Maybe it'll be a bit different. Yeah, so it's a 4-star prospect out of California. He definitely wouldn't count towards any kind of import classes. That's Arkansas State down. Army I'm not going to check because they have to do their... Army actually probably would have quite a few. Let me just really quickly check Army. Because they're always interesting. Because a lot of them are military kids. I don't really know how that falls into EFA rules. But like I've seen it before with military kids in their hometown would be somewhere in Germany quite often. Let's see if there's any examples. I'm not sure how they would class, but we might as well have a look. There will be some military kids around on this list. I think there was one last year I tried to get. He was from Germany. I really tried to like push a few teams to ask about the ELF if he counted, because he was born and raised in Germany, like he went to a German high school. I don't think there's actually any. I'm quite surprised by that. I thought there'd be at least one. I'll be damned. I'm very surprised by that. Very surprised. Auburn. I can't think of any guys off the top of my head that went to Auburn. But there was one. There was definitely someone that went to... Who went to Auburn? A European definitely has been to Auburn. This is why I need some new glasses. He's an Aussie. He's a punter. We are now counting him, unfortunately, for this one. Too saturated. Melbourne. Also a punter. They got 2 punters. 2 Aussie punters on one roster. I think in 5 years, the NFL will be mostly Aussie punters. Here we go. Here we are. Our first German and a Ruben Gap alumni, like I was saying. I am not surprised at all, to see a German that went to Ruben Gap. Okay, Ruben Gap, Georgia, 4-star prospect. But a German player from Munich, freshman, 6'6". See, this is the kind of guys that we need to be paying attention to. Like, this is the kind of guy you keep in contact with for a few years. And as soon as he graduates, you fucking run at him. Do you want to play in this team? Do you want to play in this team? Do you want to play in this team? He's only a freshman. He's got 4 more years potentially, but he's first of all an offensive lineman, secondly German, thirdly currently at Auburn, and a 4-star prospect. Zurier? Wilson Zurier? That's actually a social so too. so I can nab that. Just how a guide every time to international guide always end up having to oppositions. Mahoshem has a beast tight end every year. I really wish like college football would have like more guys that were classified as internationals. I think it'd be so fun. Like you just get like a regeneration of players. You just get like some regens that are international. I think that'd be super fun. There's more than enough. More than enough. We're still on A. We're still on A, and we've got a tight end, half a D line, an offensive tackle, and a kicker. And we're on still on A of the FBS. Like we haven't even really. We've not even got into the weeds yet. I shouldn't have went into that. There we go. You're telling me like that isn't enough like talent to make more players Europeans in the game? There definitely is. Jesus, can I get a roster? There we go. Okay, here we go again. Tons of Indiana, Georgia. We're actually finding some new guys I didn't know about too. Because again, like I've said, I used to be on top of this. That looks... Michigan. What's up? What's up? What's up? How you doing? I used to be really on top of this in like 23 when I didn't have league obligations and a job. But now I don't get to do this so much. I'm a little bit out of the sync with the guys that are actually in college. I still know some of the big names, obviously, but in terms of the smaller guys, well, not smaller guys, but you know what I mean. It's always a good start. 27 overall rating. Jesus. Baylor. I can't think of any guys at Baylor. There might be, but can't recall any Europeans at Baylor. What up, Orion? How you doing? How you doing? We are up to B on FBS. Progress is slow, but that's a Canadian. We're not counting Canadians. California. Sometimes it's difficult with American city names because they look, or they are, complete copies of Europeans, and it's always difficult. No one at Baylor. We're on a bit of a dry run. No one at Ball State. No one at Baylor. Boise, that changes because I know for a fact there's multiple at Boise, including one of my favorites, Arthur Du Bois. There is multiple at Boise, and there's also, I think Max Stieg was there. Jesus, this website is not good. I'm doing kickers and punters, but only for the Europeans. I'm not doing Aussies, because otherwise we'd be here forever. The Aussies are being left out. I'm sorry to the Aussies, but they're getting left out. I don't read there, but Diggers in college, they do, yeah. Shout out. There's a D lineman that played there, and then also Joe Cassidy played there as well. Yeah, Dickinson always do get a couple. The D-line I was a really big fan of when he was in Europe too. It's a big D end. I can't remember his name. I'm blanking on his name, but he was good. There he is, Arthur Boyche. Absolute fucking monster. I've seen him play multiple times. I've met him in the Netherlands. He is a killer. One of my favorites. Arthur Boucher. He is Netherlands. Defensive back at Boise State. He's a freshman, right? Is he a freshman? I feel like he's a freshman. Sophomore. 29. Let's get Lincoln. Sophomore is what, 6 foot? Yeah, 6 foot, 192. We had a great game against was it the New York team where he had that pick and he hurdled that dude? Honestly, yeah, Arthur's one of my favorites. Always been a big Arthur fan. He's looking good too, I'm not gonna lie. Looks big. I think 192 is probably on the lighter side of what he actually is now. But yeah, big Arthur fan. Always loved Arthur. And he's academic all West. So, smart guy. Right now, Max Stieg, where you at? I know you were here. We got up to 29. Punter, not counting him. Not counting him. We've seen at least 10 punters so far. Sweden. Our first Swede. Gustav. The most Swedish looking dude I've seen in a minute. AIK as well. Hendrix Ras. See this. Again, like I said. This is who someone like Nordic. Well, Nordic exactly. Need to be a little bit aware of. They probably are. Jesus, how many times can I misspell Sweden? They probably are. But they need to be more aware. So you got a freshman at Boise State who was 6'4", 230, or 228. I'm sure he'll be more than 228 by the time he finishes. We do produce good DBs. We produce a lot of good, like, the DBs we do produce are good. The amount isn't as much, but we do make some good ones. Gustav Hendrik Ras. I'm assuming Hendrik Ras is his last name. It might just be Ras. Let's get his social up. He's a great fucking app, by the way. Great app. There's going to be a ton of PPI guys here too. PPI obviously have a very good reputation for sending Europeans. I've never really spoke with PPI. I don't think their owner really likes me that much. Maybe he does, but I don't think he does. I think it's because we do like a similar job. But not really, not in my opinion. I don't think we do a similar job at all. You know, he's trying to get kids into college. I'm trying to scout pro level or, you know, European pro level. Okay, where we're at. We got Gustav. Now, where's Max? I think he was in the 90s last time I saw him. Oh, they got Daniel as well. I forgot about that. Jeez, I forgot they had him too. Yeah, baller. Tons of Boise State guys. And obviously, one of the coaches from the NFL Academy used to play there. So it shouldn't be a surprise that they've invested into the European pipelines. He's not a freshman, is he? He's a freshman. Thinking of his brother. He has a brother. 6'3", 296. Yeah, I think he's got a brother that's also really good. Or he might be a little bit of an old. Can't quite remember. But he's still a very good player. He's played for the Adler. I watched him a ton. Yep, there he is. There we go. Another one in. See, now I'm rediscovering names. I'm just like, damn, I forgot about this dude. Oh yeah, I forgot this dude went here. I know we're gonna have a few of those, especially when it gets to, like, the British guys. Okay, where are we at? We just finished Daniel. That's an offensive lineman for Australia. We'll keep an eye on him as well. So I'm debating whether or not to do Australians, but I should, because some of them do go into like, especially if we get some kind of eye import or something similar, like I suggested we should have for the next season if we get draft. I would love to see it personally. The redshirt sophomore. We'll see a lot of redshirt sophomores and redshirts in general. 6'7", 297. Here he is. Yeah, so he had no experience with football. Utah said there, I thought. Yes, he played basketball in Australia. Competed as a pro basketball player in Australia. That's kind of mad. And then since has started playing at Boise. Good for him. That's the kind of guys we're looking for. We're not going to get a place like this in a while, by the way. Boise is definitely there as Max. And, oh my god, I forgot about Lopez. Oh, I forgot about Sansley Lopez. He was so good at the academy. I forgot about him. Let's do them both at the same time. Germany, and he's Irish, right? Yeah. So we've got 3 Irish dudes, which is mental. Sansley's more of a D-line, he's more of a D-end. 96 and 95. Boise, what's up, what's up? How you doing, how you doing? Alright, so he's a senior. He's been there for a minute. Which means next season, if he's not in the mini camp invites, brother, he's gonna be chased by like every single team. As he should be. 6'3", 307. Yeah, Lopez was a baller. I loved Lopez when he was at the academy. One of my favorite players I've watched there. So there we go. And Max. Stieg. Shit. Here we go. I'll fill out some of these later. We're just getting the thing. Yeah, I'm dying, brother. I'm not gonna lie. I got the hat on just because my hair is a mess. Like I need to get it cut. Oh my god, there's another one. I think I've seen this dude before. Yeah, I do recognize him. I know that. I think Jamal sent me him before. This is another one. That's crazy. I forgot how many they had. Like they got so many. That's our first Brit of the day, which is surprising because I thought there would be more. So far, we're only on B, but where's he at? He's a redshirt freshman. Freshman. What's he at? 6'4", 290. And realistically, this is what every single scout for every single team should be doing. But oh, you're right. My fault. There we go. We got him in. I filled out all the socials and all the like stuff. 3-star recruit, joined with 1 year of experience playing at wherever that is. So I think he played high school states. Yeah, but with only 1 year. I'm from Redden. I'm actually interested to see if he speaks with an English accent or not. I'm not sure. But he would count. Maybe. But he's in. Alright, I think that's all the Boise done. That took a while. What have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Boise guys. From the Netherlands, Sweden, Germany, Australia, Ireland, and the UK. So 6 different countries. Insane. Boston College, dude, they got punter. Also from the NFL Academy. Big Irish boom. No, I thought that's in Ireland, but it's not. Oh, I can't remember his name now, though. Is it Andy? Andy Quinn, yeah, there he is. It said bye now, I like that jersey. Oh, jeez, that's pretty dope. Yeah, Andy Quinn. So we got, that's not his brother, is it? We don't have 2 Irish punters, both called Quinn, playing college football. They're, maybe? I doubt it. Like, surely they're not, right? It says kicker and punter on that. Just the guys that are on rosters. I'll probably do a separate thing for guys that are not. I should be doing this every year, really. He's 6'4", 200, big punter. Yeah, I should be doing this every year. I haven't been doing it every year because I've had to do a lot of other stuff. But I definitely would like to. And I'll probably make my own list. I'll probably make another list for the guys that are just not committed. Because then they'll transfer or they'll like... I guess some of these guys definitely could still transfer. I'm not going to count Mexico. I know I said about ease, but I'm just not going to count. Oh yeah, Bruno Werner. He's a fucking baller. Oh, and they got Papi Sai as well. He's also a baller. Yeah, Boston actually has some really good Europeans. Like some really good Europeans. Bruno, if you've not seen his tape, he's a savage. Bruno. Germany, offensive tackle. I'm going to specify because he's definitely not a guard. Being 6'9". And what is he? 280. A little bit on the slimmer side for a lineman of that size. I guess probably not actually. Maybe I'm being a dickhead. Yeah. What class is he? Freshman. When you're that long, I suppose you can be a little bit. Yeah, we got tons. That's another one. We're working through them. We're it to be so far. Sai, I don't think Sai is related to Mamadou. He came over from the NFL Academy, but I don't think has any relation to Mamadou. I think it's just another one. Yeah, that's exactly what we got. 6'7", 320 pounds. From like people that I've spoken to that worked at the NFL Academy or do work at the NFL Academy, they're like, yeah, this guy's probably got the best bet of like this year of era or whatever you want to call it of like making the NFL as a drafted player. They speak very highly of him. 320 is an offensive lineman. God, he's such a fucking big bloke. Sai Papi from Senegal. Number 75. Yeah, dude's a killer. If you watched him play when he was at the academy, big fucking dude. Yeah, I'll get to Sean. Yeah, this dude's huge. I used to be another basketball player. Surprise, surprise. So that's Boston College done. Bowling Green. I can't think of any of Bowling Green. You never really know. Some guys are like a bit more low-key with their recruitment. Sometimes they don't put out their stuff. Sometimes they have mixed citizenship. Sometimes they only went to, they're born here and they went to the States for high school. Or they're military kids. There's a lot of different examples. It's important to do our due diligence. What up, what up, what up? How you doing, Aiden? Good to see you. It's one of my few days off this week, so I'm finally sitting down, filling out some boards, getting into it a little bit. It's gonna take me a while, like preferably. I've already just worked on this at some point in my free time, not necessarily on stream. But this is the process we have to go through. So I used to do this when I was not working with any team. Actually, when I offered my services to the Milano Seamen for free, I was like, I have all these hundreds of players that I'm aware of that are internationals. Can I please work for the Milano Seamen? It took a while for that to get, and then he fired me. Because I was like, the defense isn't very good. And they're like, the defense is great. I was like, no, I really don't think it is. Like, I think we need a couple pieces on defense. I'm fired. My first job was a scout. For, like, critiquing the defense. Not in Buffalo, by the looks of it. Ontario, there's a couple Canadians. Shouldn't be too surprising given that it's so close to the border. England. Hello. Ascot. You don't know much about Ascot. It's very fancy. Very fancy. Interesting. I choose 7 games. Richard from England, Burton, Tennessee. Interesting. Perfect example of guy I would be recruiting if I was at EFA London. How many times do you find offensive lineman from a D1 college? Yeah. This is what we do, man. We're sick people. All we do is just look at spreadsheets, add to spreadsheets. In a ridiculously hot room. I'm actually going to open up my room. 339. Because it is like 30 degrees. So I need to let some of this out. Ew. It needs to rain. I want rain. I miss the rain. I want it back. Redshirt Junior. I spelled junior wrong. And where's the other Redshirt Junior? They're up there. Put the I in the wrong place. There we go. Redshirt Junior is now fixed. Now we got Joe Crocker. Offensive tackle. I'm assuming, to be fair, played at Louisville. That dude's probably pretty fucking good. And I wasn't aware of him. That's why we need scouts. God, I'm not going to stop saying now this whole stream about how desperate I am for teams to take scouting more seriously. Because again, an agent that represents 20 players, 30 players, they're great. They're good people to know. But like, you can't recruit a whole roster from just a single agent. Multiple agents, sure. You should have someone like me doing the research, finding out who's where, and then pouncing and being like, alright, I want this dude, and this dude. Right, did I put his number was 78? I did not. Yeah. Don't worry, I'm aware of that. I mean, on the laptop, I need to get like a proper computer. Damn, Luke went here? Oh, I forgot about Luke. I forgot about him, man. That's another NFL Academy alum. There's so many of them. Yeah, the switching between tabs is definitely going to be an issue. For that, I apologize. It's also because my laptop is 1,000,000 degrees. Because it's hot in here and hot by doing its job. I do want to get like a proper computer. It's just expensive, you know. Redshirt sophomore, not a freshman. Redshirt sophomore, and it's 6'4", 280.
You know what? Like this. It's our home.
Yeah, he was good. I remember him. Hasn't played it yet. Still even being there is how to dance. Okay, we got up to here. I didn't expect to find 2 from Buffalo, I'm going to be real.
It's our home.
BYU, I don't think we're going to have any BYU guys. I struggle to think we'll have any BYU guys. This is just the Wikipedia. I want the football. There we go. Yeah, see? Money should be on the PC though. Is what I'm thinking. If I got like limited space in here, like I definitely could fit a PC in here, but like it's what, £500 for like the cheapest PC available? That's crazy, I'm not gonna lie. Is it loading? Please. Are we good?
It's our home.
Oh, I was already on the roster? It was just, God, this is, I fucking hate this website. There we go. Yeah, I struggle to think we're gonna find a ton, if any, internationals in Utah. Doesn't scream international pipeline for me. Yeah, none of them. Yeah, that's true. I only made like 20. I was 1 point off. Florence messed me up. I bet the over. They were 1 point off getting the over. Brutal. Right, California Golden Bears. I know they have one. I definitely could get like a small PC, maybe. And again, I'd have to get my EFA money and save it for a bit. I got my wife's visa that I got to pay for. Not pay for, but contribute towards. Maybe after that. In the new year, maybe. Oh, there he is. Emmanuel Okoye went to Cal? I missed that. I missed that. I thought he was still at Tennessee. And now that's interesting they moved into outside linebacker. I'm not sure if any of you guys know who this guy is. But he is one of the most exceptionally athletic people in the world. It's interesting now that they've got him at outside linebacker. Because he's moved from like D-line, and then I think Tennessee tried him at defensive end as well. I didn't know he was at Cal though, I'm going to be honest. So he's Nigerian. Outside linebacker. Should I put outside linebacker? I'm going to put outside linebacker slash tight end because he did play at tight end. I'll put Cal. 6'5", 240. He's a freak of an athlete. Like he's windmill dunking at 250, 240, 250. They were giving him number 6, so he must have high hopes. I feel like you give a player a number like that if you're not gonna have hopes for him. But yeah, he's a killer. Had an injury, that's a shame. Yes, there he is, tight end, and played defensive end. Forgot he was there. Maybe a mini. Maybe. I have a MacBook currently, and it's good for like most stuff. But yeah, I definitely do need to look into like an actual computer that's gonna stay in this room and not be used. Because I want to play Pokemon on it too. True. Not counting punters. You know what, I'll put him as D end, not tight end. If you haven't played you haven't played tight end in a couple seasons. That's fun though. I didn't know he was there. There he is, Justin. This who I was referencing a second ago. I knew he was here because he's one of my favorite players to come through Europe in the last couple of seasons. He's really good. 300, 6'5". Also a cow. Where's 65? Offensive line. See? Alright, that's what I want. It's German. Like, I just want to play Pokemon, man. I'm not asking much. I can play Pokemon on this, just not as good. Right, Justin, there we are. Yeah, he's real good player. I think that's all of the Europeans. It is here. Right, Cal's done. Central Michigan. Burning through them. I don't want to apply to Central Michigan. I've already done school. I don't want to do more school. I just want a roster, dude. I don't want a season ticket. Stop trying to make me buy season tickets. So much. Looks so much like the Washington Redskins. Like colors. Washington Commanders, I should. Sorry. My bad. My fault. My fault. Show us the football roster. Here we go. That'll take a while. Not much going on here. I think we're gonna have a miss with Central Michigan. I couldn't think of any, but it's a big roster. It's a massive roster. Still going. It's the biggest team we've seen in a while, and still not one European. Not bragging, but I'm bragging. I own every GBA DS game in English and Japanese, so that's pretty dope actually. I have like emulations for. I've been trying to do like my Ironmon ones. I've been trying to do Ironmon challenges. I'm up to like a ridiculous. I think I'm on like attempt 700. And I still haven't done it. I haven't done it in a while. But I want to get another handheld. I had a handheld for a while and I really loved it. And I could play some of the like the fan-made games on it, which are really cool. But then because the hardware was pretty cheap, it broke. So I need to get like a new one. Like I like a handheld, you know? And handheld emulators are fucking awesome. I'm definitely gonna do that on my next paycheck. Handheld emulator. Denmark. I did not. That's actually horrendous. That's really sad actually. I really like Chad Johnson. Oh, Chris Johnson. That's not good at all. Zaz Nilsson. That's depressing as shit, man. Why would you do that? 55. That's our first Dane. I know shot I've had a couple. Senior. Get on it, Nordic Storm. 6'3", 305. Not that they need more. But still. There's another offensive lineman from a D1 university that could be playing for the Nordic Storm in a couple of seasons, if not next season, with Lars Nilsson. I don't think he plays too much for the team, but still, you get a D1 guy with experience. That's pretty mad. After Alon Pocket, basically, I had to take Game Boy. I think money games work well. I'm not sure of specifics. Yeah, I had I had like one of the cheap ones that you see on Instagram, and it was good when it worked. It's just like the buttons got stiff and they weren't. I tried taking it apart. I just couldn't get it to like work consistently. Basically, once I took it apart, just all the buttons got all jammed up and stuck up, which was a shame. But I will definitely get another one. I'll probably do all of C. I think I'll do all of C. and then I'll call this episode 1. That's my plan. Mr. Guy from Akron? Where? Because I did think there was someone from Akron I missed, but I couldn't remember his name, and it doesn't come up with his hometown being Euro. Let me see if I see a name. Where are you at? I don't think I'm going to count Bahamas. Maybe I got high school. Maybe you'll say high school. Maybe a bit easier, actually. Ruben Gap's not. Oh, that is the Bahamas too. Is he? Where are you at? Who are you? Yeah, if you played a Ruben, I'm always a bit like, Oh, Dimitri's at Akron? Is Dimitri still there though? I don't think Dimitri's still there, is he? It's funny you should say Dimitri Madden. I literally was just wrote about Dimitri Madden as like a potential. Dimitri Madden. See, I already searched him up. Oh, he is still out. Why did he not come up? Oh, he was there last season. He wasn't there this season. I think he's graduated. Yeah, he graduated. But Dimitri is a guy that if I'm looking at London, Dimitri Madden is on that list. He was on that list of a team that I would build if I was including players from London. Dimitri would be that guy, but he has just graduated. So he's not in the 26 roster. They could have an all D1 roster. It's insane that that's actually a thing that they could have. Go away. No, I'm just gonna leave it. Because I did like a list of UK players and sent it to someone. And I was like, these are guys you should sign. Oh, these are guys for the future that could be signed. I know I included a few guys that were not in college. Don't think we got any at Cincinnati. No. London management too dumb to make that happen. Well, London, yeah, I don't fuck with the London Warriors. But the EFA London team, I would love to be a part of that. I would seriously love to do anything I can do to be part of that roster. That'd be so sick. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna have to go by faces. Clemson. I can't think of anyone from Clemson. What? Moving this one over. I think Clemson's dry. We're on a dry streak. I haven't had one in a second. I thought there might have been. I know Clemson had offered a couple guys. I just don't think they've got any guys this year. Coastal Carolina. Yeah, I don't think there's any Coastal Carolina guys. Spain. That counts. Nico Alti from Spain. Madrid Bravos. Is it Nico? This is Nico. Spain. Kicker. I personally think that we should be allowing all kickers to be E's. He's a senior. That's my vote. Is that every single kicker, you should just be like, you know what? We're not gonna have restrictions on kickers. Sign whoever you want, regardless of nationality. We've had a lot of missed kicks. I don't really want this to be a hyperlink. I'm so bad with there we go. I'm so bad with Excel. It's disgracefully poor. Fallen by myself. Where? I mean, 51 for 51 on extra points. All Sunbelt. That dude's good, I'm not gonna lie. God, looks like a great kicker, I'm gonna be honest. Get him in. Give him a deal. Yeah, the posted with the draft. Even if the draft seems like a long way, I think your roster will be the biggest interesting element. Man, I would love that draft to happen so bad. I think it would be so much more interesting. Like, I know that some people saw it. I don't think it's likely. And I'm not saying it has to be exactly the same. But like, you can look at it and go, there's some things here that we could take, for sure. I think it'd be stupid to not look at that and go, you know what, there's some very good points here. Is it perfect? Probably not. Does it need a little bit of change? Sure, I'm sure some coaches or players or management or something would want something a little bit different. But like, I think it would really work well. Yeah. Like, Vienna don't need help. Vienna do not need help. They're good. They're so fine. Giving them the same amount of imports as Florence is horrendous. Horrendous. Go read my article. It's on my website. Go read it. Go read it. Because I just think that it would be so much easier than what people think it is. No more markets could see you. But people overthink it, you know? Kiwi. Like, it really would. It would be. The public player pool, I think, is one of my favorite pieces. Of just like, you have to be in this pool. It's public. People can see when you enter it. They can see when you withdraw. You just, do a little registration on a football website, on an EFA website. Say you're declaring for the draft. You gotta make a post about it, Say this season I'm taking my talents to Europe and I'm declaring for the EFA draft. And you've got yourself a nice little post. Build up some hype. Then people like me will be like, here's the top 10 guys that entered into the EFA draft this season. He went to, if I go, I don't know, fucking Joe Crocker. Joe Crocker's a British guy. He just went to the draft. He's going to be picked up as an import probably in around the 3rd round. I don't know how many rounds we're going to have, like 10 rounds. I did see the news about Tom Sula. I had many messages minutes before it dropped. yes, I think that you should have to register the draft. Because then, if you want to be, like, if I'm a German, I want to be considered as an E. I can search up. Oh, I want to be an E, so I'm gonna apply to be part of the draft. I don't think no X League doesn't, because you work for you work for the team if you're in the X League. Like IMB, you work for IMB. But it is his first name. There we go. Yeah, you work for IMB if you're What am I doing? That's his first name. There we go. He is London. He is British, but I thought he's Egyptian. Is he Egyptian or is he English? He's Egyptian, no? It said UK, his hometown. But I don't think he started. I think he started in Egypt. Or might have started in the UK and then went over to Egypt. I'll put him in London. It would have to be a complete voluntary draft. Yes, it would. But I think if you get drafted to like a team you don't want to say, I don't know, drafted to what's a mid-team Berlin Thunder. You're like, well, I don't want to go to Berlin. Then you should have to sit out the year. Go next year. Declare for the draft next year. Berlin gets their pick back. Like you have to be perfectly reasonable saying, okay, if I'm putting in my name in this draft, I'm going to go somewhere. Is it a gamble a little bit? Sure. But like I think it's better than like doing a public combine or something. Like I think combine would just be a waste of money. Player policy gives the transparency the league claims to offer, and we know that people get signed exactly. And like I was saying before I cut myself off, like if you are a German, I'm good enough to be an E, I'm going to declare for the draft, and then you don't get drafted, you could just go and sign for another team as an E, as a German. Sorry. I don't think there should be restrictions on homegrowns. Attract the homegrowns you want. But an import would be, yeah, it would just be for the imports. I don't think you could do a homegrown draft. Yes, this is a fucking great song, by the way. Yeah, I would do it as just for imports. Go and look on my website. It's literally and then it's not that long. It's less than 5 minute read. But it just gives. I'm sick of teams signing players and not telling anyone about it. This is the order that I think it could be, hypothetically. Here's my import rules. The top 4 get different import rules to the challengers, who get different import rules to the playoffs. And then if the Lions get really good next season because they got all these extra players, they would move up to challengers, and then they'd lose an import. And the Raiders go down because now the Prague have taken their spot. The Raiders would be a playoff hopeful, so now they have an extra import. It just balances out the league, gives a bit more parity. And then a draft of the imports. And this is a marketing dream. Do the Warriors draft like this guy, or they go after a quarterback? Yeah. There's a lot of really fun opportunities that could come out of it. Like a ton of fun opportunities. I don't feel like it's been properly talked about in the European space. Because people just think, oh, draft? Nah, it'd be way too expensive. It'd be really easy. It'd be really, really easy, I think. I'm sick of teams signing players last second and we just don't know who they are. Gets players more invested, like fans more invested too. You could tell a major in the off season you wouldn't be watching tape of some of these guys. Oh my god, I really want to draft fucking Le'Veon Brown, a wide receiver from CSU. Oh, I really hope we draft this guy. And then you don't draft him, you draft Jackson Harper, and you're like, oh damn, you know what I mean? It just creates really good fucking conversation, tons of off-season content, tons of hype for the fans. Fans can be more involved. It's just flawless, to be honest. Oliver Lundberg, this guy was like so good. I loved watching him when he played for he played in the Swedish league for the Royal Crowns, and he dominated. He was so good. Cough Wars that they had 10 players that could announce none of that. But yeah, like, you don't have to sign Bapper guys if you don't want to. You don't have to sign European quarterbacks that have just, like, you know, bridge guys. You could say, you know what, I'm actually going to sign this bridge guy for this year and I'm going to draft a guy next year. And I'm going to draft a European offensive tackle because draft value would be so interesting. Like, what's more valuable to a team in the EFA? Is it to draft an offensive lineman with the first pick? Or is it more valuable to draft a quarterback? I think it'd be so fun. So fun. What year is he in? Doesn't actually say what year he's in. Doesn't say what year he's in, which is really fun. He's played for that for 3 years, so I think he's probably a... What should we look on this? Blah, blah, blah. That's when he was a freshman. This was last year? Retro freshman? This is what, retro sophomore now? I feel like he's been there for a while. I'm gonna put retro freshman. Sophomore. But he's a baller. He's another player that if I'm Sweden, I'm going after when he comes out. There we go. No, I'll do a couple more. Do Delaware. I'll do Duke. Why not? There's a lot of things I think we could do better next year, like as a continent. Maybe kind of missed an opportunity because of how crazy the off season was, and how much drama was going on. Like, I think it's more reasonable that we kind of didn't get as much as we could have had. Like, we watched Surge die, we watched Madrid die, we watched Hamburg die, Cologne die, Helvetic die. So for it to be a less than stellar season, I think is reasonable. We had some great games this year. Not that it's, you know, it's not over or anything. We had some great games this weekend. Both of them were really fun. They were my 2 highest rated games of the year. NFL Europe had a draft, see, like it's very doable, very, very doable. I think people were just thinking it would cost a lot of money because they'd have to do a big show, but they really don't. Like, the CFL International Draft is literally done like over Zoom. Tell me we could definitely do a live stream for a draft, and it's just. You're basically texting the commissioner, I want to draft this player with this pick. Or, I don't know, you open the draft up, first pick overall is EFA Milan, because they're a new team, they don't have players. And they just text commish after 10 minutes, you get 10 minutes to decide, I want to draft CJ Campbell, the first overall pick, and then they do it, and then he goes to Milan. Do the draft in like early in the off season. Well, not early in the off season, kind of like mid off season, like January. Get all the players sorted with like visas and stuff, you know. was a purge this offseason in terms of teams. Yes, it was. As long as there was a merger of both leagues next year, we'd be fine. I don't know what's going to happen with that. I'm going to be real. I don't know if we're going to have a merger. I've talked to many experts in the industry, from people involved with certain teams, people involved with certain leagues, coaches, players, media, and the general feeling is that we're not going to get a merger next season. Again, I don't know how reliable. That's just me talking to people and discussing kind of how we are now, you know. Who do we actually want back? This is like a point where 2 major German teams, because Surge needs to be back, and Hamburg for the history, but 6 is too many. I agree. I don't think Hamburg really need to be back right now, maybe in a few years, but like currently I think we're good without them. We have like a northern team in Nordic, but we don't have that south. I think we need someone like East Germany, to be honest. I think it'd be sick to try and get Potsdam in there, or Dresden. Like, getting Dresden in or Potsdam would be probably impossible, realistically. But could you imagine it? 6'3", 230. This is a banger of a song. This Duke? This is Duke. D and 93. And a retro freshman from London. Played a couple snaps. 1 career game, made 2 snaps. But hey, 2 snaps is more than I have at D1 level. It's more than I have in any level, really. Where did he start, actually? We read that. Played 3 seasons. I think in high school, rated 3-star prospect. Grew up in Great Britain before moving to the States. Primarily played basketball until moving to the States. Started playing football as a sophomore in America. So he would probably be an A. But an easier A to import and also good for the GFL. I'm doing fucking free scouting for the GFL right now. Averly is abysmal. Yeah. The production is really good. And the production of the AFL and the media stuff the AFL do is fantastic. It's just the product is not good. You got West Avenger is amazing. Maxi is amazing. The graphic designers they've got are amazing. They've got some truly excellent people within that organization on the marketing side of things. I think it's going to take 1 or 2 more seasons to get merger. Maybe. I think, yeah, I'm kind of worried there'll be a case of like, let's just wait it out until the other one goes away, whoever your perspective is from. Which I don't like, because I really, like, no matter what side you're on, if I'm on the AFL side, I don't want to lose Nordic, I don't want to lose Munich, I don't want to lose Paris and the Galaxy. If I'm the other side, I don't want to lose Vienna or Rhine, you know? Or Wroclaw. But it gets to a point. AFL is at least another year of guarantee with that 325k payment to teams, and next year they still got to be separate. That's my opinion. Yeah. If this depends around, good point. I think, yeah. It says Warsaw, that's what I'm talking about. Players from Warsaw, but I don't think it's from Poland. I think the ideal German teams would be Potsdam, Dresden, Hamburg, Frankfurt, Rhein and Munich. I would say Rhein for sure, Frankfurt for sure, Munich for sure. I think the one I'm debating on, Potsdam and Dresden, absolutely. I think you could have one. I'm not sure if you can have the other. I'm not so sold on Hamburg as much as other people are. Like, they always had decent crowds and they had a good fan base and stuff like that. But like, yeah, they were so bad the last couple of seasons. And part of that is organizational issues and financial issues. But that is kind of the difficult part, right? Is how do you make it not just a German league? And I think that is answered with London, with Milan, with hopefully Madrid. Can I say that? We want Madrid back. Seems like the EFA is going to have a longer future than the AFLE. I hope so. Like, again, they're not perfect. I think we're kidding ourselves if we think this has been a perfect season on either side. I think the product of the AFLE is terrible, but the marketing is really good. I think I'll be kind of careful where I step here. The marketing for the EFA could be improved. And the product is also able to be improved, but to lesser a degree than the AFLE. Like, we have two shows obviously with the AFLE, and we've never done like a simple post about power rankings. You get me, Tebs, and Jan, and a couple other people that are doing good stuff. You get like power rankings of the top 4 or 5 analysts from the EFA. Bang! There's a easy interactable post. I think that'll probably get like a couple hundred likes, like easily. And then the same thing with like, here is Matt Bressington. Like, we look at fucking, I'm gonna go on a little bit of a, what am I looking for? I'm looking for like, if we go on like Pro Football References Instagram, oh, not Pro Football Focus. And we go on their Instagram, like this, like you just do, I don't know, 3 sleepers per Matt Bressington. That's super fucking easy. Make a graphic that looks a little bit like this, 3 pictures, 3 players. Easiest post in the world. Maybe not that we don't have like that, but like stat lines. Bolio could be easy. Total receptions that he's had this season, and the yards and the number, a cool picture. Like, it's rank these players. You got who do edges. We got Yanis Rigball and da 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 da. Like, that's super easy. Again, it's just, I think we could be more interactive with the fans. I think that's my personal opinion. My personal opinions. We could be more interactive with the fans. Really loud outside. I'm sorry for how loud it currently is. I'm not critiquing the league. I want that to be known. I'm just giving my opinions. Like, great stuff. Works well. We've not had much since the final score, and that was yesterday. We got a couple interviews. Pretty pictures. Still undefeated, and a couple, again, nice pictures. But like, where's the fanfare? We need more fanfare. Hamburg is purely the 2 finals and the Sea Devils brand's cool when the NFL Europe thing. True, but it'd be expensive to try and buy off whoever owns it now. Not actually sure who owns that. I'm sure it won't be cheap to buy that naming rights. Benelux would also be cool. I would very much like Benelux. Roster. Yeah, a Benelux team would work. I think we'd have to give them some additional support for sure when it comes to like players. They could be a good team. I think if you made a Benelux team, and made it well, it would be about the same level as the Raiders Prague. It would be like a lower end team. You had to inject a couple imports, it becomes a bit more of a contender, could get some good upsets. There's a ton of interesting directions we could go with the league. Just depends on how we can go about those things. Because decisions are made quite slowly in this kind of business. Which again, makes sense. Frankfurt. Keon, welcome to number 27. There we go. My bad. My bad. I just have a lot on my... I have a lot to think about with this kind of stuff. Like, I really do love marketing. And I don't like some of the stuff that has been done in both things. I think the European marketing has always been a bit weird. FAU. Retro sophomore. He's 6'7", 310 pounds. Okay. Yeah. But I don't want people to take that as like me slagging off the league. I'm sure someone might, but like, I feel I'm fairly qualified to talk about this now. You know, I've worked with 2 of the 3 leagues and no work with the AFLE. But I could have. It was in the table for me. I definitely could have. I picked the EFA because of the longer term potential. I'm more the ownership structure. I don't really like the ownership structure of the AFLA. Okay. Oh, Florida in a row. A 6'7", 250-pound quarterback. It's a fucking big dude. Alrighty then. No one on FIU. Right, I'll finish off my Fs. And then I'll disappear. Florida have owners though. I know they have owners. There he is. We talk about guys. This fucking dude. And I was one of the first people talking. I wasn't the first. I think that was Coach X. But like, I was one of the first. I had him on my my gem series when he was. I don't even think he was even ranked. This guy is the best DB in the UK. Florida. Yeah, he was a 4-star. He was a 4-star. I think he went down between like 3. He was just on the cusp of a 4-star. I think he was 4-star for a while. Went down to like 3, then went back up to like 4. Yeah, 4-star recruit. Yeah, he's a fucking serious talent. Richard freshman. His like arms are so long. 6 foot 195. Yeah, this guy's an unbelievable player. Unbelievable player. Is he the only? We got 2 Aussie punters too. And they got Emmanuel. He went to Exeter? I've seen him. Yeah, there it is. University of Exeter. I remember that. A lot of people were talking about him. I saw him play, I think, for a minute or two. Just caught the end of the Exeter game that he was playing in. But when you look at him, you're like, damn, that's a big fucking dude. It's hard to miss. But he's older, you know, he's a redshirt senior now. He might get a shot as an IPP guy, maybe, because he's 6'6", 303 pounds. So he might get a shot. Thank you, brother. What did he do? Because he played at Jacksonville State, started all 14 games, led the team, or Tide led the team at sacks. Like, he played very well. Wow, we just finished. I was gonna say that's the perfect timing on Jamal's part. We've actually just doing the Fs, finishing up my Fs, and then I'm gonna bounce. But that is very good timing that we found ourselves in. Florida State, actually a team I was thinking I was going to support when I was a kid because I realized their colors. Yeah, I mean, Onus is your guy. Like, he's the best DB I've seen from England ever. For sure. I feel very confident saying that. He played high school in the States for a couple of years, but he started here, so he would be an E. Per Euro rules. I thought that Florida State had a couple. They definitely did that, right? They had a lineman. He might have graduated. Oh no, there he is, Luke Francis. There's one of them. There's another player I sent to the to some people, and I was like, this kid for the future. Got full soccer, you're gonna want to check out his shot at some point. Luke Francis, another UK player. O-line. Florida State. Is he a freshman? Pretty sure he is, right? Yeah. 6'5", 370 pounds. 369 pounds, gonna keep 370. Fuck him. Big fucking dude. I'm from Croydon. We also have this dude who's also one of the first, I believe, to come out of the Aussie NFLA. Because NFLA obviously they have a ton of UK guys, they have a ton of European guys, but now they've started to get a few people from down under. Is he an Aussie or is he a Kiwi? He's a Kiwi. New Zealand. We got like, I'm still surprised how many Irishmen we have. The freshman, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 6'7", 370 pounds. Your freshman duo is like both 370. Nuts. Absolutely nuts. Is there another one? You got a kicker from Ireland as well. So you got a punter and we got a kicker from Ireland. Is he older? Yikes. Hold on. What'd he do? Oh! What the fuck? He's like 20. God, we've down a rabbit hole, haven't we? That was a week ago. Should we watch it?
Only on 6, we're seeing the moment Fort Lauderdale police arrested an FSU kicker back in March. NBC6's Nico Clemens is live in Northwest Miami-Dade with more. Nico, police say that the student was visiting Fort Lauderdale on spring break.
He was, Joanna. You know, we covered this arrest when it happened. Not only that, we looked at the number of people Fort Lauderdale police arrested during spring break this year. Police say he was uncooperative and violent. This is the moment police arrested then 20-year-old Connor McEnany in Fort Lauderdale, a kicker at Florida State University. The arrest report says security removed him from Rock Bar and he was resisting. Fort Lauderdale police showed up and tried to get him away from the business. The report says McEnany tried to pull an officer down by his arm. There was a struggle and officers arrested the 20-year-old. This was just one of several arrests in Fort Lauderdale during this past spring break. Police say they arrested 35 people from the beginning of March.
I mean, Brett had too much to drink, let's be honest. Am I going to remove him off the board for that? Probably not. We'll keep him on there. It's not a good look. It's not a good look at all. We'll keep him on the board. We'll keep him on the board. We'll put... That's fucking mad. Ireland. Kicker. Florida State. Wait, is he he's a 20-year-old, so he's what? He is sophomore. He didn't look too good in the pictures, I'm gonna be real. He looked like shit. Respectfully. 191, and where's number 93? I wonder if he'll be released from the team because of that. I doubt it. I feel like FSU have bigger issues than that. But that, what a fucking turn. We got Fresno to finish off, but I don't feel like we can really top finding a player's cam footage from him being arrested a week ago. Fresno. I don't think I know of any Fresno guys, to be honest. All right. I think we are nearly done for the day. Is kind of fucking wild ending on on a dash cam footage. That's what scouting's about, you know, gotta find these flags. But again, he's a 20-year-old. Right. I'll see you guys later. I'll probably do this again at some point. This was fun. I'll probably spend a couple hours on this. I'll do this every once in a while. And we'll fill up this board. We found 31, because of the first tile, 31 athletes playing so far throughout A to F. This is why we do our research. Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for tuning in. People rewatching this later, thank you for rewatching it. I'll see you guys next time. See you on Playbook. I'll be filming Playbook tonight.